Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back with another video. Before we get into it, could you Mike Tyson the like and subscribe button? All right, Caspa was working its way back up toward 19 cents, got to 18.6, pulling back. Overall market's taking a dip. 395,000 addresses in the top 10, 19 million changed on gate.io. No big action there. Things are chugging along good. We're just waiting on the Casplex. KRC20's paused right now, but the good thing you might have seen someone post on X is look at the total fees paid. Because eventually with this aggressive emission schedule, which we'll take a look here at the aggressive emission schedule right here, which you obviously know that like pretty much I think 93% will be mined in a couple years. So we're going to need to have fees. In KRC20 showed what's possible because basically you can look $24, 24 Caspa and fees for the day. You can see that it's, not very much Caspa is being paid out. So the miners aren't making much. They're making everything on the rewards. Well, when it shot up here, you can see there's a day with 1.9 million, 1 million Caspa. So 1.9 million Caspa, what's that, like $300,000 or something roughly? So that's huge. That shows what's possible. They'll come back with KRC20s. They'll get online. Right here, one of the things in the title, the efficiency and accessibility of Caspa. This is just posted a couple hours ago. Network in action, Liberated accepts a challenge and runs a full node on testnet 11. This is actually from June 24th, so this isn't breaking news. I just saw that Caspa posted this a couple hours ago. And so you can see that they were running testnet 11 on a mobile device. It looked like it was going pretty good. So it's testnet 11, but that's still awesome to see. And you can see that I guess you got to be careful of scammers. This looks like how to join KRC20 beta testnet early adopter badge. I'm pretty sure that that's a scammer. So you got to be careful on all those comments. There's lots of scammers. And so you probably saw that Bitcoin University made another video. The reality is none of us exactly know what's going to happen. I do know that the U.S. national debt is starting to get out of hand. You can see that I think I pointed out yesterday. And actually, this last 4 years, there's been $9 trillion, the $9 trillion deficit. And so that's getting out of hand. You have the national debt, which is projected to get even more out of hand. Since the world has the dollar's reserve currency, that's going to hurt a lot of people. You can see this is the national debt since 1971. WTF happened in 1971 is a good website that shows you a lot of things that happened once the United States got off the gold standard. And you can see that the housing prices were like 1.5 times of your salary. You can go down here. Let's see where it was at. Oh, bam. Oh, I guess it's up here further. But there was a spot that shows the average salary was like 10,000. The average house was 25,000. So the average salary is 50,000. The average house should be like 125,000, but it's not. So it just shows that inflation is a real thing and the currency is being devalued. Obviously, we all know that. Basically preaching to the choir here. But this is an interesting website. The inequality, the income inequality, more spouses both having to work is something that's changed quite a bit since then. And so you can check that website out. I know someone asked in the comments, I made a video the other day about how 1,367 Bitcoins or Caspa is all you need. And then that's in some ways is equivalent to 1 Bitcoin in terms of your ownership of the max supply. Someone asked in a comment, so I just thought I'd touch base on that. So if you have 1 Bitcoin, that's 1/21 millionth of the max supply. If you have 1,367 Caspa, that's 1/21 millionth of the 28.7 billion. I imagine there's less Caspa lost than Bitcoin because, people are more savvy now. There's better options for storing your crypto. So my guess is there probably is some Caspa lost, but not as much. At the time I made that video, that amount of Caspa cost $246. I don't remember the exact price. Caspa is probably, I can't remember if it was 16 or 18 cents that day. Not too far away from that amount of money back. And so Bitcoin, is, who knows who's going to win? No one truly knows. That's why some people have multiple different things. But I think the one thing is most people agree on in crypto is that cash is trash. So, and this is what they're projecting for the national debt, and interest on the national debt at 3.8 trillion in 4 years. So if that holds up, then there's going to be some debasement of that. And so circling back around real quick to, if you've probably seen these, like this channel, Data is Beautiful, whatever. I've seen all sorts of these, but in 1995, the top website was AOL, Yahoo, GeoCities, Netscape, Webcrawler, Excite, InfoSweep, Lycos, CompuServe, Penthouse.com, Disney, Tripod, and this is just on 2x speed, but I'll just rip through it real quick. I mean, so then you can already see by 99, MSN's taken, Amazon starting to come up in the late 90s. And then we'll just jump up to 2004. AOL is nowhere to be seen. And so maybe Bitcoin hangs on and maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I guess AOL is still kind of hanging in there at the 3 spot in 2005. It's still hanging on in 2009. YouTube is coming up now. Facebook's coming up. Yahoo made another run at Google, its last main run at Google. And then basically Yahoo is done after that. Yandex.ru, vk.com, like Russian Facebook. You can basically see that in 20 years, it's a different landscape there. Yahoo is barely kind of clinging to the bottom. Pornhub, Netflix. So something similar like that can happen to crypto. Maybe not. I don't know. None of us truly know. Drew, thanks for tuning in. $10 blow off top in 2025. Let's go. I know a lot of people got that in their mind, and that's totally on the table. For me, I've kind of been thinking $2 or $3, but anything above that's possible. I don't think it's going to go above 10, but that blow off top is going to be a very short period of time. And so in the end, none of us truly know what the future holds on if Caspa is going to overtake. You can look in the top 25. It's not ranked by the best technology. I mean, Pepe, you got meme coins, but we're doing the best we can. And all the things, Caspa hash rate's growing up, the security, the biggest publicly traded miners coming on board. They will work out the kinks of the KRC20, and it highlighted probably some things on mainnet that'll get fixed up with wallet, some of the software, so that the wallets are, you can change fees if you need to. And you can see that fees increasing is what Caspa needs. Without the fees increase, or without fees, miner getting more fees, I mean, 23 Caspa and fees to miners is not going to sustain the network. But this showed what's possible, and that was just one day basically of kind of a failed launch. Overall, I think it's like when SpaceX launches a rocket ship, their first three, the first couple starships blew up, and they learned a lot. And the media that's against SpaceX just billed it as a failure, but you learn from that. You get the data, and you come back. And KRC20s, probably in a couple of weeks, will come back online, and then we're going to see what can really happen and see what it can do for miners, and see what it's like to have lots of KRC20s going and still be a normal user trying to send something out of your Tangem, send something out of Caspian, whatever wallet you have. So, it's harder to predict the future than some people think. And there's a lot of people trying to make predictions. So some people are going to be right. That's why some people, and I think there's some people that hold Bitcoin and Caspa, and we don't need to be complete enemies. Some people on maximalists really want to get into a sparring match, but in the end, when you go to, some people think that basically the only their project is going to be the only thing left on CoinMarketCap, but CoinMarketCap most likely is still going to have a lot of stuff. People are still going to be trading, and Caspa's got a lot of catalysts. In tier one, is going to happen eventually. And maybe once all this KRC20 stuff, maybe the rush rewrite, maybe 10 blocks per second, whenever that happens, So there's a lot of exciting stuff on the horizon. It'll probably go to 981. Yeah, you probably need to front run the price. It doesn't usually hit that even price. Are you holding any of your bag for 2029, Mikey? I plan on trying to hold maybe 5 or 10% of what I have for the long term. So since Quest chimed in, trying to hold half his bag, and Drew is also chiming in, trying to hold half his bag. And going back to Mikey's question, it also depends on how some of my other altcoins. Like I know someone asked earlier about Dog Go to the Moon, and obviously that's a meme coin. I pretty much got all of the ones I had for free. I did sell one of my Bitcoin ordinal NFTs and just swapped that out for some of the Dog Go to the Moon. And so, yeah, I'm not even saying buying this. It's not a scam. It was a free airdrop. And so I actually think that a KRC20 project could pull a playbook out of this, because basically these runes are just kind of a version of KRC20, but on Bitcoin using partially signed Bitcoin transactions. And it was just a free airdrop community project. I could see one of the top KRC20s pulling a page out of this playbook, because what would be similar is it went to 112,000 people. So you have how many addresses here? It'd be like someone saying, okay, if you have more than 10 Caspa in your wallet, we're going to send you, your wallet. Well, I guess I don't know how that's going to work, if you can send it to a regular address, or if you're, I don't know how that's going to work. If you just send it to a regular Caspa address, if they're still going to be able to get that, or you're going to need to use KRC20 specific like Casware. But I could see someone taking a playbook page out of Dog's playbook, just to airdrop it to everyone, and then everyone gets free money. I mean, basically there's been like 700, $800 billion airdrop there. But anyways, that was kind of a tangent. But going back to the question is, Brett will be the number one meme coin this cycle. Maybe. I don't know. I think Dog has a chance to be one of the top ones just because it's on Bitcoin. And when you look at the percentage of Dog to the Bitcoin's market cap compared to Shiba Inu to ETH's market cap, or you look at WIF to Solana's market cap, and but we'll see. Time will tell. I can see, but I think Brett's going to do good. Coinbase is going to be pushing the base network, so it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep 5 or 10% of my Caspa long term, maybe more, depending on how Dog plays out. If I need to try to accomplish my real world goals, then I might have to sell more Caspa. If Dog works out better than expected, it might not work out at all. But right now, it's a lot of free money that I'm setting on. So yeah, that's pretty much it, because pretty much all the Dog I got airdrop for free. I still have my rune stones, so that's a big indicator of what I'm going to do exactly with my Caspa bag. But for sure, I'm going to keep 5 or 10%. That might slide to a larger percent. You got to have that flexibility when you're making your plans. And you're just kind of calculating, looking at the markets, looking at all the metrics you can, whether it's charts or how many, what the pi cycle top indicator is, things like that. So that's all I got. I think it's a lot of exciting stuff. We'll just wait for this KRC20, development to keep working. But you can see fees increasing, fees paid to miners increasing as net positive, and we need that. And no one knows the future, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on. And I think Caspa is going to surprise people. I think a lot of people have their eye on it. And I think you might see some people that have a large Bitcoin holding starting to put a little bit of their bag into Caspa. And that can go a long way since there's a lot of liquidity in Bitcoin. So yeah, that's true. If I can meet my goals, I'll keep more. Tau discount. I'm not sure how much I'll hold. It'll be a game time decision. Thanks, sir. Be patient. Yep. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. How do you think it'll be max price on Caspa? So far, I've been thinking maybe $2 to $3. That puts it around like 50 to $75 billion market cap. But I can see up to $5. But I know a lot of people believe the 5 to 10. But I'm kind of the 2 to 3, maybe $4 to $5 if things really go good. for $10, you would need basically every possible thing to go right, in my opinion. So let me know in the comments, what do you think the max price for Caspa could be next year? Thanks for watching. Stay bullish and have a good day.